Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're Wendy Creates. Today we're making neck bone pillows. So what do we need? Well, we need 3/4 of a yard of our favorite fabric, and today we're using flannel.
3 panels that you're going to put together. Let's say we're going to use these 3. You have right sides together on 2. You figure out where the center is. And by this, let's go 1/4 above that line, and that ends up about right. The center would be about here on it. So what you want to do is put a pin here on each side. What I do is I mark it with a pin. If you don't have pins handy, which most people do if they're sewing, use a pencil to mark the line. And what you're going to do, as you see, this is on the right sides together. You start here and you sew all the way around here. Lock your stitches, step out just a little bit from what you just sewed, and sew all the way back, staying real close but not on top of the same stitching. When that's all done, you want to open it up. Take your other piece, lay it on top. You can take an additional pin and pin it here. I'll do that so you'll see and remember. And now on this side, when it's just the 2 pieces face to face, start here at one of your pins, sew all the way around, lock your stitches on both sides, of course, and then step out 1 stitch and go all the way back and lock your stitches. Now, you've got one side done here. You've got another side done right here. You've got the 3rd side to work on. You'll take it here, you'll lift it up. The other pieces will be away, and these are already sewed. Now you've got this one. Take you another pin, however large you think your hand will need to be, your opening for your hand. Put 2 pins. Start here at your corner, go all the way around to this one, lock stitch, step out, come all the way back, lock stitch. Repeat the same process on this side. When that's complete, check all your seams, make sure that they didn't miss fabric, and then you'll take your sergers, or you can either cut little teeny marks here if you don't have sergers.
Pinking shears.
Oh, did I say
Sergers.
well, pinking shears, excuse me. Take your pinking shears and pink the curves on all the sides. All the sides. And when that's done, you're ready to turn it the proper way. So you'll turn it with your little opening, turn all the sides so it's all right sides out. Get your bag of stuffing or little pieces of leftover batting and fill your neck pillow with that, and you're ready to go. You'll sew it up by hand, the little opening, and you're ready to go.
Rock and roll. Okay, and one layer down. Flip this back. Let's do this layer now. So we're only sewing through 2 layers of fabric at a time. Needle down, foot up, pivot, 1 stitch, turn it back around and do a second stitching line parallel to what you just sewed. Not on the same line, but parallel to it for extra strength, because this is a neck bone pillow. It does not always go into a pillowcase, so it does get dirty. It also, my friends, makes a great arm rest. So whether you're studying, you're in a wheelchair, need an armrest, or you're watching TV in bed, this neck bone pillow is ergonomic and really can take the pain out of an aching neck. Okay, second side done. Needle up, cut our threads. We'll come back and do quality control and make those threads shorter. But now we're working on our third side. So we're going to lift our third side up. We have our other 2 sides down. Let me see if I can show you better what I'm talking about. These 2 sides are already sewn, so they go down in the back. And now we're working on this top layer. I'm going to go ahead and pull out my pins, and I'm going to sew right where I left off previously. We're going to sew up to our opening pins and then come back. Okay, and remember these 2 pins mark our opening. So I've locked my stitch, needle down, foot up, pivot, 1 stitch over, and then we're going to go back around to make our second layer of stitching parallel to the first. Slow is accurate, accurate is fast. Okay, and we've done this side, so we're going to pull up, trim our threads. We'll come back for quality control and make them shorter. And now we're going to the other side of our opening. And at the other side of our opening, we can start at the opening, start at the side. It does not matter, but we're going to do 2 parallel lines of stitching. I'm going to go ahead and pull my pins out here. Okay, needle down, foot up, pivot, 1 stitch over, and we're going to go back parallel to that line. Quick and easy, my friends. You can do this. Piece of cake. right up to where that opening is, lock that stitch, needle up. Let's go ahead and trim, remove our pins, trim all of our threads, go back quality control. And what does quality control means? Well, quality control means we're going to look on both sides of each piece of the round to make sure we have 2 lines of thread that doesn't get off of the fabric. And if we're satisfied and happy with that, then we continue. Now look at this here. Here, I'm confident that I want to go around again. Both layers are on the fabric, but they're right there at the edge. It looks like this slipped. So that's what quality control is all about, my friends. So we've made sure we only have 2 pieces of fabric. We're re-sewing over where that was thin. And when we're doing a back line just to verify, because this is a pillow that's going to be washed, re-washed, loved, used, and I'm quite sure thrown around quite a little bit. I take mine on vacation with me because when you want your ergonomic pillow, you want your ergonomic pillow. All right, so now it's time to trim all of our threads. Then we're going to come back with the pinking shears and we're going to trim all the way around. Our neck bone pillow pattern, we have it on 0. So it is, this one is 17.5 inches. You can have them out to 18 inches because my other pattern does go 18 inches. This one comes into about 17.5 inches. And if we have it at 0, the highest point looks like we're running at 8 inches, 8.25 inches, 8.25 inches. And then we're coming up the boat in the center. So measure from one end to the other end, come up 1.5 inches, and then from your top 1.5 inches, bow it in. And this is our neck bone pillow, or some people call it a dog pillow, but this is the ergonomic neck pillow. We've just cut it out of cardboard, so you can use poster board, you can use whatever you want for your pattern, depending upon how many you're making. Now that we have completed sewing it, we're going to take one layer at a time and go around with our pinking shears, making sure we're not going through either of our thread lines. This allows your fabric to flex more. It allows it to fully turn at the corners and gives it the ability to flex. Now we can take our neck bone pillow at the opening and we're going to pull our fingers up into each of the far corners, pull those through. And I find if you do each of the corners and pull them through, that gives you a nice, easy starting point to make it very smooth turn all the way around. Okay, now with your neck bone pillow, where the seam is, put your finger in and just swipe along the edge of that seam. That's going to help it to fluff out, and you're going to see all 3 of your pieces come up. Okay, so this is the end of one of our sides. And now, my friends, we are ready to stuff. And once we stuff, we're going to hand stitch our opening. And our opening is about, what is that, 3.5 inches? Maybe 4. So I made it a little smaller than my hand, but the neck bone pillow is ready to start taking shape by stuffing. A partial bag here, it looks like, of stuffing. So we're going to pull that out. And nope, looks like that's pieces of batting. And this is pieces of batting. So we're going to go ahead and start stuffing with our batting to use up some of our scraps that we have left over from quilts that we have long armed. And just go slow, push those in. I use 2 fingers and just keep pushing. And then we're going to make sure it's up in the corners. It takes a surprising amount to stuff a neck bone pillow. I want to say it's like 2 pounds or 3 pounds of stuffing to stuff it. Okay, these are bigger pieces. I really want the smaller pieces because I want it to fill in nicely. And there you have it, my friends, a stuffed neck bone pillow. Now we're going to take our needle and thread and finish sewing that up. And I do want to tell you, if you're making it for yourself, if you're making it for home, if you want it stiff, you can use leftover batting. If you want to sell these, use the stuffing that makes it real soft, real even, real perfect to create. And our pillow has been stuffed. Our corners are all pushed out with our batting. This one is going to my husband. He wanted it stiffer, so that hole just wants to explode. So what I've done is I've put a pin weaved in here, and that's going to make it a lot easier to sew that hole closed. So I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to knot one of the threads on the end. And we're going to hide our knot inside of our flannel, inside of the pillow. So I'm going to fold over both edges, pull them together. I'm going to stick my needle inside, pull it out, and now we're ready to begin. Make sure your thread is a matching color. We're just going to loop stitch this hole closed, making sure that we have it turned towards the inside so that we have no raw edges on the outside. And about every 1/2 inch, I do like to knot it. And that way I feel I'm getting a more secure closure. And if it does pop, it's not going to open the entire length. We're still going to have it closed. And looking through a camera to try and sew, I'm not doing my best job, my friends. But either a loop stitch like this or hiding your stitch is the best way to sew this up for a more finished product. I would spend a little bit more time on this, probably twice as much, if I were selling this pillow than if I was just giving it to my husband for immediate use. So if you're giving for a gift or selling a product, please take your time, make these stitches disappear. Curious, I would love to know what you would like to see next on the channel as well, my friends. So hit that subscribe, hit that comment. If you would, there's also a hype button now. It's relatively new, but if you would hype me, I would forever be grateful, because that hype button means that you think other viewers might enjoy this tutorial or this item that I'm making or something about this video as well. So if you found me educational, entertaining, or fun to hang out with, I ask you, please, please, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that hype button, and I would love it if you shared it on your social media, as well as sharing with that person that you think might make a neck bone pillow for themselves. So, what do you think? I hope you have enjoyed hanging out with me today and making this beautiful neck bone pillow. Now, you can lay flat on the bed, put this down, put your head right here. This helps you. The back of your neck goes here, your head is here, your body, your shoulders are here, and this helps your neck if you have sore muscles, musculature, if you've done something heavy lifting, it helps it relax more. Also, my friends, put this down like this in the edge of the wheelchair next to the person, next to the edge of the wheelchair, and they can rest their arm on it. It's wonderful. I even put it in front of me in bed, and then I have my book leaning against it or my iPad leaning against it. It's the perfect little table when I'm in bed to help lean that item. So again, thank you for joining me today. I will see you real soon.